asleep like twice when you niggas left.
Hey YouTube, this is Mr. Budget. We're going to do a different type of video today. So, I got my two good compatriots here. Introduce yourselves. For those who don't know.
Yo, no disrespect. I have been in how many videos they already know my name by now.
I mean, it could be a new person watching for the first time.
Alright, cool. Jamar Franklin, aka Chaos Gundam X.
Gerard's here.
So today's not going to be a normal video, so we're doing something a bit different. So I got these two guys that helped me figure out a continuation to a passion project that we've been doing on the channel for some time now. So you guys are familiar with the Nightmareland standard deck that I did, posted a few videos. You know, if you're an original member of this channel, you know that every year that I redo a Nightmareland deck profile or somewhere somehow. So since we're never gonna get any new cards, I had to figure out to make my own. But that was only wave in set 1, so now we're working on set 2. So for set 2, we're gonna come out with 5 new cards. So we're just gonna sit here and brainstorm some ideas of how of what we can do or add to the deck to make it a bit better for the next set of support cards that we're gonna be crafting and creating.
For this year?
For the Nightmareland Dark States deck that I made.
Oh,
back in the day. So.
Does it really need any use?
Yeah, it does.
It does. To be honest,
it does. It's not overly broken or anything like that, but it does need new things. It has its inherent flaws. For one, the lack of energy, maintaining energy through the course of the game. There's always a point where you try to go for your kill turn and then you burn through all of your energy. If you don't kill them, you have nothing to defend yourself with.
Okay.
So that. A lack of power. The other rear guards don't gain any additional power unless you like combo them with other cards, or they have their own ability. But that ability is an on-place ability. So once you spend it for the turn, you know it's basically a vanilla with maybe an additional skill after that. Okay. The set order of the deck, for those who do remember, which is Tales from the Underground, allows you to make all the units in your soul Nightmareland units to the turn, but for you to the end of your opponent's next turn. But for you to do that, you have to burn 3 energy every time it comes back to you to activate.
Yeah, but if you waste all your energy, you won't be able
to activate it. Yeah.
No, that's fair.
And then there are other cards in the deck like White Queen of Nightmareland Hartrude, who has the ability to burn 3 energy to gain +1 crit in a guard restrict.
Okay.
But that's already 6 energy in a turn. If you're going, first, how many energy do you have by grade 3?
First, you have 6. Second, you have 9 normally.
So already in one turn, you're burning 6 energy. And then you also need energy for cards like for the boss of the deck, Hartrude, who has the ability to spend energy to defend herself times the number of energy that you use. What?
Want to explain to me why is a Shadowverse card?
Because I found the image. I found the image. Did not know that was a Shadowverse card. I just typed in Jabberwocky, and that's what came up.
That's actually his name.
I know.
Yes. That's literally his name.
I just typed in anime art style Jabberwocky, and that's what came up.
The only reason I know because that is literally in my Dragoncraft. Hold up.
So this is what we're talking about. Listen, I just typed in anime Jabberwocky art, and that's what popped up first.
A lot of this art seems to come from Shadowverse.
I mean, it's still a Bushiroad.
Yes, it is a Bushiroad card game.
Bushiroad distributed, but side games produced.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where is he?
So that raises the question: are there any Wonderland cards in this game, in Shadowverse? Oh shit! I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah. You said Wonderland?
Yeah.
In Shadowverse, if I'm not mistaken, it might be. It might be Wonderland cards in that game. I just forgot. Might be not wrong. Maybe Havencraft or Forest.
Okay.
For Wonderland.
So, if you guys are interested in seeing any Shadowverse games, please leave a comment down below in this video. Maybe we'll get some more of those other type of card games in this. in our future videos.
That's fine. Me and Omar play. Green plays.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to figure out if anybody else plays that we know.
All right, so the first title card that I came up with is So if those who know, you know. The stories of Alice in Wonderland comes from the books. I forgot the author's names of the books, but the first set order that we have comes from Tales from the Underground. That is the original title of Alice in Wonderland. So I figured for another order card in the deck, I can use another title from another book. Mm-hmm. So I picked Through the Looking Glass.
Okay.
As a title, but should this order be? What should this order do?
Wait, are these proxies?
Yeah, these are all proxies.
Oh, okay. This was an actual deck for a minute.
No,
That's how good I got them.
barring the fact that they're clearly made with a printer.
Yes.
These two are from Shadowverse.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I just found the art online.
No, that's fine. Listen,
I'm going to say this on record right now. I do not take credit for any of the art used in these cards. I just looked online and found them. So credit.
She's Forest Craft, and if I'm not mistaken, she's Rune. Yeah, she's Rune.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Most of the art I got from Shadowverse and didn't know it. But so I chose the other name from the other storybook, Through the Looking Glass. So what should this order do to try to enhance the deck playstyle?
So what is the deck play style? Anyway?
Okay, so let's good question. So let's run through a scenario hand and then maybe we'll go from there.
Okay, that's fine.
That way we have a better idea.
Yeah, they can't give an idea if we don't know how the deck play style is.
So your starter is Cheshire Cat of Nightmareland. So we're just gonna run through a normal hand, so we have a quick shuffle.
Okay.
If you can cut the deck. Do you have any energy on you, by the way?
Yeah.
Can I borrow some energy? So our opening hand consists of Dumb of Nightmareland, Alice of Nightmareland, a PG, a heal, and a crit. Normally, as always, thank you. I'll borrow these. Put those to the bottom.
Put the triggers back, yeah.
We have D of Nightmareland and a draw trigger. So we'll shuffle the deck again. Quick shuffle. Let's say we're going first.
Okay.
We draw for turn. We'll go ahead and drop the draw trigger right into Alice. Skill of Alice: when she's rode upon, you search your deck for up to. When she rides, you search your deck for up to one copy of Tales from the Underground and reveal it and add it to your hand. Mm-hmm. So that immediately allows you to search out your one grade 3 set order in the deck.
Okay. Wait, so you only play the one set order?
You only need the one of this order. Just to keep things fair. And then normally you would just pass your turn there. Okay. Your opponent deals you 1 damage, we get a crit, that's good, it stops the turn. Draw for your next turn, I'll drop a crit to ride into Jabberwocky of Nightmareland. Mm-hmm. From here, you would normally want to call Bandersnatch. Bandersnatch's skill, when placed from the hand, counterblast 1. Not when placed from anywhere. Counterblast 1, call a grade 2 or less card with Nightmareland as card name from the soul, and that's it. Okay. And then you'll normally go into your grade 2 turn. You'll attack with Bandersnatch, which is just a 10k base. Attack with Jabberwocky, skill of Vanguard Circle. When it attacks, you soul charge 1 card. Okay. If that card has Nightmareland in its card name, add 5k. Okay. So top card, it isn't a Nightmareland unit.
It is or is it?
It is.
Oh,
so grade 3. Okay. Add 5k. This now makes it from going from an 18 to a 23. Okay. Dry check, no trigger. Skill of Alice. At the end of the battle, she boosts a Nightmareland. She returns herself to the soul and draws an additional card. Okay. Turns over. What? Any questions?
You forgot to bring out your energy every time you roll.
Oh, you're right. 3 energy. I hate the energy.
Oh yeah, because you went first.
I hate the energy mechanic.
No, when did you in grade 2? When did you be?
No, I went first.
Oh yeah,
I went first. So let's say they attack me, I take a damage, I'll take another damage, right? Heal. Go to my next turn, stand, draw. I'll discard. In this scenario, I'll go ahead and discard a PG.
Okay.
I will ride into Queen of Nightmareland Hartrude, using her on play skill when she plays energy charge. Well, not energy charge 3 for the turn. On play skill, I can superior call any card from my soul.
Okay.
If that card so happens to be a Nightmareland unit, I may soul charge 1. Then I will play a White Queen of Nightmareland Chesleen using her skill. Equal to the number of cards in my hand, I can soul charge that many cards from the top of my deck. For every Nightmareland unit that goes into the soul, she gets plus 5k for the turn.
Okay, so you put 6.
Yep. 1, 5k, 2, 5k, 3, 5k, 4, 5k, no 5k. That's 6 in total, so add 25k power for this turn. The reason why we're drawing so much is for her skill. That way we have a big enough hand by the time we get into grade 3. That's why you also don't want to play the order immediately when you go into grade 3, because this counts as at least 1 card in your hand.
Okay.
Now we're going to set the grade 3 set order. From here, you'll just play normally. This is Dumb of Nightmareland. He has a unique skill. You may counterblast 1, put 1 card from your hand into the soul, and then for every copy of himself and his brother, which is D of Nightmareland in the soul, he gets plus 4k for the turn.
Okay.
Usually you don't really need to go into this unless you just need raw numbers, because his brother usually deals with most of that by himself, which is D of Nightmareland. Skill, if your Vanguard is a Nightmareland unit, you may tuck this into soul. But before we do that, you tuck this into soul using his own skill, and then choose a unit on your board, give it plus 1k for every Nightmareland card in the soul. But if Dumb is your target, you get to draw 1 card.
Okay.
But we will proc and activate the order. So we'll burn 3 energy. So now, the skill of the order, every card in my soul is not considered a Nightmareland unit, regardless of if it's a trigger or something else.
But everything is okay.
So now I will proc this, move this to soul, give him the power to Dumb. That's now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, plus 11k power to Dumb, and I draw 1 card. It's a good opportunity to reveal another card skill. This is Little Red of Nightmareland. Using her skill, when placed, I can discard 1 card from my hand. Reveal the top... look at the top 5 cards of the deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reveal a Nightmareland unit card from among them, add it to my hand, and then shuffle the deck.
Okay.
Then she also has unique abilities. When she's retired for the cost of a Nightmareland unit on my board, if there are 8 or more cards in my soul, she can countercharge 1. If there are 13 or more, you can choose her and another non-trigger unit in my drop zone and return them both to the bottom of the deck.
No, that's not bad.
So, and then this is a 3 attack deck. There's no extra swings or anything like that. So that's other things we can consider putting into set 2.
Okay.
For right now, it is a 3 attack deck. So right now, this has plus 25. This has plus 11 on it. I do want to activate the skill of Dumb right now, so I will counterblast 1. Move a copy of the Vanguard into the soul, and then I check the soul. There is D, so additional plus 4, plus 8. So now 11 plus 8 is 19. 19 makes 29. So this is now plus 25, which makes it 35. And this is 29 by itself. So then I will go 29 attacking. Guard whatever. Skill of Hartrude, I will counterblast 1. Retire a unit on my board. Retiring Jabberwocky. She will get plus 1k for every card in my Soul of Nightmareland, but if she retires a Nightmareland unit, it's plus 2 instead.
Okay.
So there are.
So why didn't you boost with the grade card?
This is a grade 2.
Oh, it's a grade 2. Oh, so yeah, I didn't know.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 times 2 is 24. 24 plus 21 is
45.
45. 45k column. Skill of Jabberwocky. When it is retired by a Nightmareland Vanguard, it gives the Vanguard a skill. You must guard the Vanguard with 2 or more cards.
Okay.
Skill of Chesleen. Whenever a Nightmareland unit is retired off the board, as long as she's on board, instead of going to the drop, they go to the bottom deck for future use. So you go Twin Drive. First check, nothing. Second check, nothing. Skill of Alice. Since she boosted at Nightmareland, she goes back to Soul and draws you another card. And then we'll use skill of... We'll boost using skill, Energy Blast 3. Retire a unit, retiring Dumb. Same skill applies, goes to the bottom of the deck instead. Since she retired a unit and I paid the cost, she gets the ability that she gets plus 1 crit, and you must guard her attack with 2 or more cards. So that's now 21. 21 plus 25, 46.
46.
46 with a crit, 2 cards to guard. And then that would be the end of my turn. But the caveat here is now I used up all of my energy.
Right.
Hartrude has the ability to, when she's attacked, you can burn as much energy and then times that energy that you burn by the number of cards of Nightmareland that are earning your soul. So let's say there are 10 in here. If I burn 2 energy, that's 20k for the battle, making her a 33.
Okay.
And you can do that for every battle. But because I burned up all my energy, I lose that guard ability.
Right.
Because I had nothing to pay the cost for.
So, in my opinion, you should be running more cards that use less energy, so you won't run out of it that much.
Right now, she's the only card that uses energy. Besides the Vanguard, she's the only other card that uses energy. So that's the caveat. We have 5 slots to try to figure out. Those are the holes of the deck. That's why the deck isn't overly broken. That's why the next set is going to improve on what we already have as a base level.
No, I understand.
So that's what we're coming here to talk about now. What are those 5 cards going to do to kind of fill those holes that we have in the base? And that's basically how Nightmareland is played. So any ideas? So we have 4 normal units and 1 order unit to discuss about. Any ideas?
Loosely. Like, I had an idea for a unit that, when it's retired, you remove it from the game and you perform the energy charge.
Energy charge 3?
I won't say 3, maybe 2.
Yeah,
Okay.
because you're saying how you keep running out of energy, so maybe make cards that uses less energy so you can still have energy out on the field when you can break 3 of them.
But what he was saying is having cards that just when they are retired to
give it back
to
to
give
you.
energy.
Yeah, but 3 is too much because then you're given basically 3k for every card in Soul.
Exactly.
Because you're probably going to use that energy on your opponent's next turn for the defensive skill.
Right.
Okay.
2 is a lot more sustainable,
Then
though.
using all 3, yeah.
Yeah. Though going 1 like Folklore is also.
Yeah. And another. I think this is mainly a go second deck, not a go first deck. That's another thing that messes you up too. So like, if you win dice roll, this deck should definitely go second every time, not go first.
Because that increases the number of cards in your hand.
Exactly.
Increasing the number of cards in your soul.
And more energy back on board.
Exactly.
Too.
So, I think I will go for Gerard's idea of increasing energy off of retire. I will. So, the 5 names that I came up with for the going into the
is it still going to be Alice thing?
Yeah, absolutely. Going into the second book, which is Through the Looking Glass, I looked at characters that are prominent in that story. The 4 characters that come up are the Dark Knight, the White Knight, the Sheep, and it's the sheep she meets in the rocking chair.
Oh, okay.
That's knitting.
Yeah.
And then Humpty Dumpty, which 3 of those cards are already technically Nightmareland cards in the actual game right now. Well, 2 of them. You have Dark Knight, which is a critical trigger. That's in G and V.
Right.
And you have Hungry Dumpty, which is a stand trigger in G. So, I'm thinking of the
Shadowverse, Shadowverse for Havencraft it's a deck built for Humpty Dumpty.
Yeah, I remember that.
And it's more of a explosion deck instead of instead of them defending themselves, it basically destroys the entire board.
Okay. So in that prospect, I'm thinking that I will slot the energy charge ability to Humpty Dumpty. Hungry Dumpty over the again. This deck is very, very theme driven.
Yeah.
Humpty Dumpty falls off the wall, cracks and breaks. So every time he cracks and breaks, he gives energy. So I think that would be a good theme balance for the deck. So that's already 1 slot away. So how would you word this ability?
Let's see. The Vanguard's the one doing the most of the retiring.
Yeah.
So I would have
either of the grade 3s do it. Yeah.
I would have auto when this unit is retired by your Vanguard's ability. Cost bind this card. Energy charge 2.
Okay. Okay, that's work. Yeah,
Yeah,
because binding allows you not to abuse the card.
Yeah. Because you don't want it just constantly cycling back into your deck.
Okay.
Because that's what the other grade 3 does.
Yes. Okay. All right, so we have Hungry Dumpty slotted away for energy, charging 2. All right, so any other ideas?
Not at the moment.
Anything?
Not coming up with anything.
So should this? So I'll raise the question: should this deck stay a 3 attack deck?
I can see it going to a 4 attack deck.
Okay. So do we want to? How would we get to a 4th attack?
Let's give it to the Dark Knight.
Okay.
Let's see. Continuous. Like I could see him being a usual continuous under some condition, plus 5k power, plus 5k shield.
Okay.
So 15-10. And then at the end of the battle, your Vanguard attack, pay cost, probably Counterblast 1. Maybe discard a card to balance it. Restand, and if your opponent's at grade 3, plus 10k power.
So always a continuous 5k power when you're at grade 3.
Mm-hmm.
So a 15k beater. And then after the Vanguard attacks?
After the Vanguard attack, restand, pay cost Counterblast 1, discard a card, restand, and if opponent is at grade 3, power plus 10.
So pushing it to 25.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But only, like I said, if your opponent's at grade 3 or greater.
Okay. All right. So that's now 2 out of the way.
2 out of the what? 6?
2 out of the 5. 4 are going to be normal units. 1's going to be in order, which is the order is going to be another storybook order like Tales from the Underground. It's going to be titled Through the Looking Glass.
Okay.
So we need to figure that's the most important card because now that's going to be another major slot in the deck. So we need to figure out what that card is going to do to overall push this to the next level.
Yeah.
So we have a energy recharger. We have a restander.
Yep.
What else do decks need to do to be more meta or more relevant?
Order needs to do, in the lines of order, orders usually need to help accept, not make it more the. I'm sorry, getting tongue-tied. Orders usually happen to push a game plan, but question: is it normal order, set order, or blitz order?
Yeah.
Let's discuss it.
Because blitz order opens it up for another.
Blitz order. I understand. I think I understand what you're saying. Blitz orders open it up for more of an interruption on your opponent's turn.
Yes.
Okay. A more defensive interruption on your opponent's turn.
Yeah.
So do you want? All right. So let's go down that avenue before we track back if we don't like where we end up. For a blitz order, grade 3 blitz order, because all storybooks are going to be grade 3 blitz orders.
Yeah.
I mean, grade 3 orders regardless. What should it do?
It needs to accelerate. So I would say.
Looking Glass. That's the name of the card, right?
Yeah, because the
card.
second book is Alice in Wonderland. Alice in Wonderland Through the Looking Glass.
Right.
Let's get a rough synopsis of the book.
Can anyone? My phone is visually looking at it. Can anyone pull it up? But if you guys have any ideas, please put them down in the comments down below. Any feedback is more than welcomed. If you guys are new to the channel, this is verily what we do with budget decks, crafting ideas, and things like that. We do dabble into other card games similar to Shadowverse,
Digimon. We were talking about it was another. Oh, we were talking about Union Arena,
One Piece.
Did we talk about One Piece?
Are there even any budget decks in One Piece?
In one? Hell
Then I don't think One Piece is something we can.
Hell no.
I don't think One Piece is something we can dabble
no.
in.
No.
I think One Piece is more expensive than Vanguard.
Okay.
Yeah. No. 100%.
So if you like I
Just
said,
like that's why no one brought up Lorcana either. Lorcana is a very expensive card game as well.
okay.
Flesh and Blood is mad expensive.
Whoa! Yo, don't even get me started on Flesh and Blood.
What about that new card game that came out?
What?
Something Arena, not Arena.
Union Arena.
Not Union Arena. It's something Archive.
Grantor? No.
No?
No.
It's expensive too.
Yes.
Oh dang.
Yes. Ask Dave when you talk to him. That game is expensive as fuck. That's why I didn't get into it.
Okay. All right. Well, if you guys have any ideas of what other budget-friendly card games that we can dabble into, bring to you guys, please put it down in the comments below as well.
Junior Arena, Digimon. Junior Arena, Digimon. What was the other one? There was a couple we mentioned last time. It was Junior Arena, Digimon. What other card game?
I can doubt Magic, because that's...
No.
That's
no,
funny.
No.
Oh, man.
I mean, he's old enough, but no.
The only thing that's, like, cheap enough is Pokemon, because that's relatively cheap.
That's debatable.
But here's the
Yeah,
question.
yeah.
But here's
It
the question.
depends on the set.
But here's the question. Who knows how to play Pokemon?
I do.
Joseph, definitely, considering he...
Kawan, I think, knows how to play Digimon.
I didn't say Digimon, I said Pokemon.
I mean, Pokemon. Yeah, no. No, I don't know about... No, I think Kawan knows how to play. I know how to play. Omar knows how to play. Green knows how to play Pokemon.
Listen, I never had a Nintendo. I don't even know how to play the actual games.
I know how to play, obviously. Like, I'm not fully up to date.
That's crazy. There's a couple people that know how to play Pokemon. I know that much.
So how are we doing on that synopsis?
It's basically Alice's adventures as she moves symbolically from child to adult in a strange world entered through a mirror above her drawing room fireplace. The landscape there is the form of a giant chessboard, and Alice enters the game as a white pawn.
Okay, so that portion. So the original book is more catered towards like the actual cards, like poker cards. I think the second book is more catered towards chess pieces.
I'm surprised you actually didn't put you didn't add Queen Hearts into this,
Right there,
sir.
she's the boss.
Oh, see, I didn't know that. My bad. Queen of Night. Okay.
And in the second book, Chesleen is the White Queen, which is the chess piece. She's the White Queen on the chessboard.
Okay.
Watch
So we have energy regaining,
Yeah.
+2.
We
have a
Reese.
Resander.
Yeah.
We're
Talking
thinking
about the Blitz order. Right
thinking
now.
about the other grade 3 being a blitz order. So what can all right? So a better option. Do we want this blitz order to uphold our defense or tamper with our opponent's board?
I would say upload your defense. To be honest.
Okay. So do we want the card to be energy based? What is the cost for this?
Well, you
card?
don't want to use energy.
Because the basis of us thinking of new ideas is for you to keep
my energy.
on
Okay,
board instead of
so-
losing. So that would be like a counterblast or something like that, or a soul charge.
Yeah.
So you want to do a soul charge?
Yeah, soul charge, and then get... You would definitely get power based on threshold.
Would it be 5?
What?
Like, I think 5 per threshold.
Okay, so how about this? You play the blitz order, you soul charge 1, and then you get +5 additional. Whatever unit is being attacked gets additional +5 power for every energy that you have.
No, I would go maybe every 3 Nightmareland cards in your soul.
Okay, because that would add towards the soul charge.
Yeah.
So for every, okay, and I guess it looks on theme because it's like your opponent's attack is going through the mirror.
Yeah.
Okay. So blitz order grade 3, when played, soul charge 1. For every 3 Nightmareland units in your soul, the attacking unit gets +5 for the battle.
Yeah, the attack unit.
Yeah, the unit being attacked is +5 for the battle. Okay, that works. So now we have 3 of the 5 out of the way. So all that's left is the sheep and the white knight.
Right. Wait, didn't you say they were going to be normal units?
4 normal units, which we in one order. So we have the energy charger, which is Hungry Dumpty, which is a normal unit.
Right.
We have the Dark Knight, which is the Restander.
Yep.
We have the Blitz order now.
Yeah.
So now we have 2 more slots.
And it's the sheep and the
White Knight.
Okay.
Now, do keep in mind that when we're adding all these new units, some of these old units are going to have to come out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So White Knight. So the White Knight, if in my opinion, I think should have the effect that you keep the add cards to hand, like to draw more draw power for the deck.
Okay.
Because when you were doing the demonstration, it did look like you were losing more cards than having them in hand. So,
And right now, our only quote unquote draw effect is a 2-card combo.
see, so yeah, the White Knight should have the ability to draw cards into your hand.
Well, no, I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. The 2-card combo with D and Dumb and also Alice has the ability to draw a card as well for being called out.
Right.
But as of right now, in the current build, there's only 2 cards that can call Alice out, which is Hartrude and Bandersnatch, but they're both on play skills.
Right.
Okay. And for the draw effect between D and Dumb, you need to draw into D.
Exactly.
This deck has absolutely no search ability.
Yeah. So let's do that with the white one.
Okay.
Make him a searcher for the deck instead of adding cards.
Again, I just made a lie in my own deck. There is a search card, Little Red of Nightmareland. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yes.
Yeah. Word. Definitely.
So we have a top 5 searcher for our Nightmareland unit.
Okay.
For a discard.
Okay.
A 2-card combo draw and a 1-card combo draw if you can get her out of the soul.
If you can get out of the
2 cards can get her out of the
soul.
soul.
Yeah. So my statement from the beginning still stands.
Okay.
White Knight, when he's placed, draw 2 cards.
You really want to make him a pot of greed?
Yeah. You barely have cards in your hand as it doing the combo.
Okay, so it's a +1 because you're negating your
exactly.
+1.
Yeah.
So what is the cost for this? Because
we're not going towards the energy route because you need energy on board.
Okay.
So this one should be a counterblast on place counterblast 1. Draw 2 cards.
Okay.
Either that or counterblast 1, put a card from hand into soul.
And then draw
2 cards.
Okay. Now, should this be a once per turn or a hard once per turn?
If this is on
place, it should be just a regular once
just
per
one
turn.
regular once per turn. It's not something like Nevin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it should
Like
be just regular place. Soul black. Discard and
hand from hand to soul.
Hand to soul, and then draw. Yeah.
Okay. Draw 2.
Yeah.
All right. So let's recap what we have so far.
Blitz order.
Blitz order is soul charge 1 from the top of the deck.
Yes.
For every 3 Nightmareland that's in the soul, get +5 to the attacking unit.
Yes.
For the battle.
Yep.
We have a Dark Knight that's a restander. Continuous +5k when the Vanguard is a grade 3 Nightmareland unit.
And White Knight, draw 2 cards.
That's not the full skill for Dark Knight.
Yeah, no. You said Dark Knight or White Knight?
Dark Knight.
Dark Knight.
So we got the order. We're on Dark Knight now.
I thought we were on White Knight.
No, we're recapping.
Oh, recapping. Okay.
Dark Knight is the continuous +5 power and shield.
Yeah.
And then end of battle, counterblast 1, discard 1, restand, and if your opponent's at grade 3 or greater, +10.
Yeah.
So it would be 15 at the end of the battle, counterblast 1, restand, and then discard. If your opponent's at grade 3, discard a card, gain 10k power.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And then that's the order. That's Dark Knight. We have Hungry Dumpty, which is when this unit is retired by the ability of a grade 3 Vanguard Nightmareland in its card name, you bind this card in an energy charge 2.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All that's, and then we're on White Knight, which has the ability that when placed.
Yep.
Now, is it one placed from hand or one placed from anywhere? Because remember, there are cards that can get it out of the soul.
I don't think it matters too much.
Yeah, no, that one doesn't matter.
So this is on place.
Just on
place.
Yeah.
Okay, so when placed, counterblast 1, move a card from your hand into your soul.
Yeah.
Draw 2 cards.
Yes.
Okay. All that's left now is the sheep.
Okay.
And I think in the story, she just meets her in a room.
That's it. Just meets in the room.
I think so, because she's knitting something in her apartment.
Okay, so with the sheep, that one on place.
I'm gonna be honest. The sheep seems more fitting towards the White Knight skill.
Yeah, definitely.
The on play skill.
Yeah, because you're saying she's making something.
Yes.
So that kind of translates better into what the knight is
True,
doing.
Because it's making more cards.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're
So we're switching the White Knight to
for
the
the
Sheep's
sheep.
effect.
So now that leaves us with the White Knight.
Knight's effect. Okay.
Yeah. Maybe
Now
pair the White Knight with the Black Knight.
because I was just about to say that because in Nightmareland there's a lot of pairs, pairing cards like D and Dumb.
Yeah.
They work in conjunction with each other.
Right.
So now, do we want to have Dark Knight and White Knight be another pair of cards that work in conjunction with each other?
Yeah, like maybe a skill that like makes it the ideal target to be discarded by the Black Knight.
Okay, so how about this? When this card is discarded for the skill of Dark Knight of Nightmareland, you may call this card to back row in the same column as that card.
Yeah.
Because now makes that and it's going to be a grade 1 at this point.
Yeah, definitely. And because Dark Knight's going to
Be a grade 2.
Okay.
So it's going to make that into a 25 into a 33k column.
Okay.
Now, do we want these units to gain any power? Outside of Dark Knight's ability.
Maybe not.
Because right now we have, currently in the deck, there are no 13k boosters.
Like I was saying, I was thinking maybe during the turn it's called, get plus 5k for the White Knight.
Yeah.
For being discarded?
No,
When
being
it's placed.
Yeah,
Like,
okay.
first skill auto when this card is placed on rearguard circle, power plus 5.
Okay.
Then the second skill of this when it's discarded by
Black
the
Knight.
Black Knight, revive it, and then it being triggered triggers the plus 5.
Okay, I can understand that, but there has to be the plus 5 is the effect. There has to be a cause for the plus 5 power. Not just playing the card from hand gives you a 13k booster.
There's a lot of cards already like that.
Yeah, word. Definitely.
Like it's probably one of the most common skills in the game.
Yeah, but most Dark Stage cards that I came up with, it's like a threshold they gotta get to get the plus 5.
Well, each nation is like effects are different.
Yeah.
So
For Dark Stage, a lot of the cards you have to have a certain number of cards in Soul.
yeah, no,
A card has to be placed in its column, or it's tied to a specific boss. Because the Dark Knight thing, I like because it can push the deck from being just a 4k to a 5k attack. Because if you have two Dark Knights, they both can trigger.
Yeah, and get both White Knights onto the board.
So they both can trigger. And not to mention that if you were to call the White Knight over another unit and overload the circle, Cheslene catches that and then returns the card to the bottom of the deck anyway.
True.
So what will be the threshold that the White Knight has to jump through to gain the
5 power.
Yeah.
You want to keep it the soul charge thing?
Or it gains the 5k if it's boosting Dark Knight.
Yeah, because the only way it's coming out from the drop if Dark Knight is on board anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So just when it's boosting
Dark Knight. Yeah.
There we go.
Definitely.
So, all right. Grade 3 order through the Looking Glass is a Grade 3 Blitz order who has the ability you pay the cost with Soul Charge 1, and then for every 3 Nightmareland cards that are currently in your soul, the attacking unit gets plus 5k power to the end of that battle.
Yes.
We have the Grade 2 Dark Knight of Nightmareland. Continuous, if you have a Grade 3 Vanguard of Nightmareland in its card name, it gets plus 5k. At the end of the battle that it attacked, you may counterblast 1, discard 1 card. Have this unit restand, it'll gain an additional plus 10k power if your opponent is at Grade 3. We have the... we never decided what Humpty Dumpty's grade is going to be.
I thought we said grade 1.
Well, Sheep and White Knight are Grade 1s. We never decided what the grade of Humpty Dumpty is going to be.
Grade 2? Because we don't want to make it another grade 3 in the deck.
Yeah.
Okay, so Grade 2 Humpty Dumpty's ability at the when it is retired through the skill of your Vanguard
yes.
with Nightmareland in its card name, bind this unit and then energy charge 2.
Yes.
Will that be because the Vanguard's the only one that can retire it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we have Grade 1 knitted. I'm gonna name this Knitted Sheep of Nightmareland.
Okay.
When placed, What was the cost again? When players
Camelot's 1, put a card from hand into soul.
draw 2 cards.
Yes.
And our last card is Grade 1 White Knight of Nightmareland. When this card is discarded by the skill of... When this card is discarded, if you have a Grade 3 or higher Nightmareland Vanguard, you may call this card to rearguard, and that is its auto ability, and then it has the continuous ability. When this unit boosts, if it boosts a Dark Knight of Nightmareland, it gets plus 5k until the end of turn, until the end of battle.
End of battle.
Into the end of battle.
Yeah.
All right, so I think those are our 5 second stage of increasing. Well, not second stage, second wave.
Second wave. Yeah.
Second wave of support for this deck. So I think I will jump on those concepts and get those fleshed out.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
Yep.
All right. So if you guys like this concept and you guys want to see more theory crafting, not just of a fake deck, but actual real decks going in the future, leave a comment down below, like, subscribe, and always, this is a very casual. This is where you guys can have your friends come see if they're interested in Vanguard and how the decks will be played. If they're interested in getting into the game and don't want to spend a shit ton of money, and just want to have a first instance of how the game is played at the budget level, this is the channel for you. We're trying to get a uploading schedule done. Again, life goes on for everyone, so look forward. If you guys have the bell icon notified, you're going to be notified whenever we upload. I'm just rambling at this point. Any outgoing messages?
Just stay tuned for the Shadowverse part of this.
Anything?
My opinion. So.
Bye bye.
All right, we'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Deuces.